Have you ever thought about the things that no longer serve you as you grow older? Reaching the age of 70 is a monumental milestone, a time when life's wisdom meets the desire for simplicity and meaning. It's not just about looking back on the rich tapestry of experiences, but also about letting go of what no longer holds value. This is the moment to embrace freedom, rediscover joy, and focus on the things that truly bring fulfillment. In this video, we'll take you on a journey to explore how freeing yourself from unnecessary obligations, outdated expectations, and meaningless societal pressures can open the door to a life filled with joy, authenticity, and passion. From reclaiming your energy to finding deeper connections, you'll discover practical ways to live more intentionally and embrace this chapter of your life with renewed enthusiasm. If you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, I encourage you to click the subscribe button and ring the notification bell to stay updated on all our latest content. Your support means a lot to us. If you find value in this video, please give it a thumbs up to help spread our message. I'm also eager to hear your thoughts on today's topic. If you enjoy the content, please comment 1 below. If it doesn't resonate with you, leave a 0 instead. Your feedback is crucial, as it helps me create better videos that align with your interests. 1. Letting go of others' opinions. Have you ever paused to consider how much of your life has been shaped by the opinions of others? From childhood to adulthood, we are surrounded by expectations, those of family, friends, colleagues, and society as a whole. These expectations influence what we wear, where we live, the careers we pursue, and even how we interact with others. While some of these influences can guide us positively, others create invisible chains that prevent us from living authentically. By the time we reach 70, however, the weight of these opinions begins to lose its hold. This is the perfect time to step into a new chapter defined by personal freedom. Society often teaches us that our worth is tied to the approval of others. Whether it's achieving professional success, conforming to social norms, or maintaining appearances, we often strive to meet expectations that may not even align with our values. Think back to moments when you made choices to avoid judgment rather than to fulfill your desires. Perhaps you accepted an invitation to an event you didn't enjoy, or pursued a path that made others proud, but left you feeling unfulfilled. These moments, though seemingly small, accumulate over time and can lead to a life that feels disconnected from your true self. After 70, a profound realization emerges. The opinions of others no longer define your worth. This clarity often stems from decades of experience. You've seen trends come and go, societal pressures shift, and people's judgments fade. This wisdom teaches you that external validation is fleeting, while internal peace is enduring. By letting go of others' opinions, you reclaim the ability to live on your own terms, guided by what brings you joy and satisfaction. For example, consider John, a retired architect who spent years tailoring his career choices to meet his father's expectations. After retiring, he decided to pursue painting, a passion he had suppressed for decades. Initially, he worried about what his peers would think of this drastic shift. But over time, John found immense joy in creating art and discovered a supportive community of like-minded individuals. His decision to prioritize his happiness over societal approval transformed his later years into a period of vibrant creativity and fulfillment. The benefits of shedding the burden of others' opinions are profound. You begin to prioritize your own happiness, rediscover passions, and embrace your unique journey. This liberation brings a sense of clarity and peace that allows you to approach life with renewed energy. Imagine dressing how you want, choosing activities that resonate with you, and surrounding yourself with people who genuinely uplift you. Without the weight of societal expectations, you become free to explore and embrace your authentic self. Living authentically is not just about rejecting external pressures. It's about aligning your actions with your values. It requires courage to stand firm in your decisions and to accept that not everyone will understand or agree. But this courage is rewarded with a life that feels genuine and meaningful. By focusing on what truly matters to you, you create a legacy of authenticity for those around you, showing that it's never too late to prioritize your own joy. Letting go of others' opinions isn't an act of rebellion. it's an act of self-care. It's about acknowledging that your time and energy are precious and should be invested in pursuits that bring you closer to happiness. This newfound freedom becomes a gateway to deeper fulfillment and stronger relationships with those who genuinely value you for who you are. As you reflect on the opinions you've allowed to shape your choices, ask yourself, which of these truly matter? Which aligns with the person you've become? By answering these questions, you begin the process of releasing unnecessary burdens and stepping into a life of purpose and joy. Having freed yourself from the weight of others' opinions, the next step is to assess how you relate to your material possessions. In the upcoming section, we'll explore why accumulating physical items may no longer serve you, and how embracing simplicity can open the door to new experiences. Stay tuned for a lighter, more intentional way of living. 2. Letting go of material possessions. For much of our lives, accumulating possessions often feels like a sign of achievement. From the first car we buy to the home we furnish, material wealth becomes a way to measure success. These possessions can symbolize security, comfort, and even identity. Yet as the years pass, the meaning behind these objects begins to fade. By the time we reach 70, the things we once treasured may no longer hold the same value. In fact, they can become burdens that weigh us down instead of lifting us up. Think about your home. Over the decades, it has likely been filled with furniture, gadgets, clothing, and sentimental items collected from various chapters of life. While each item might have once served a purpose, many of them now sit unused, taking up space and demanding attention. A cluttered home can lead to mental clutter, creating a sense of overwhelm rather than peace. Managing these possessions, cleaning, organizing, or even just storing them can become a source of stress. This is especially true when physical or emotional energy becomes more precious with age. The realization that possessions don't equate to happiness is a powerful shift. It's not about denying the joy that certain items bring, but rather about distinguishing between what is meaningful and what is merely taking up space. Minimalism, or the practice of living with only what truly serves you, offers a way to reclaim not just physical space, but also mental clarity. By letting go of excess, you make room for experiences, relationships, and personal growth that add real value to your life. Take Anna, for example. After decades of collecting antiques and memorabilia, she found herself surrounded by items she no longer used or appreciated. Initially, the idea of parting with these possessions felt overwhelming. After all, they held memories. But as she gradually sorted through her belongings, she realized that the memories weren't tied to the objects themselves. By donating many of her items and keeping only those that truly sparked joy, Anna transformed her living space into a calm, open sanctuary. More importantly, she discovered a profound sense of freedom, no longer feeling tied to the weight of her belongings. The benefits of decluttering extend beyond physical space. By reducing the number of possessions you own, you simplify your daily life. You no longer spend hours searching for misplaced items or maintaining things you don't use. This newfound simplicity allows you to focus on what truly matters, nurturing relationships, pursuing hobbies, and embracing new experiences. The process also fosters gratitude, as you gain a clearer appreciation for the few items that genuinely enrich your life. Letting go of material possessions doesn't mean living without comfort. Instead, it's about curating an environment that reflects your values and supports your well-being. Start small, perhaps with a closet or a single drawer. Ask yourself, does this item bring me joy? Do I use it regularly? If the answer is no, consider donating it to someone who might benefit from it. Over time, you'll notice how each step toward minimalism brings a sense of lightness and liberation. As you declutter your home, you may also notice a shift in your priorities. Rather than spending time and resources acquiring more, you become more inclined to invest in experiences. A walk in nature, time spent with loved ones, or learning a new skill can bring far greater satisfaction than any material object. This shift not only enhances your own quality of life, but also sets an example for others, showing that true wealth lies in the connections and moments we create. The journey to a simpler, more intentional life begins with a single decision: to let go of what no longer serves you. By embracing minimalism, you open the door to a lifestyle that prioritizes joy, peace, and authenticity. With the physical clutter gone, the focus shifts to the social connections in our lives. In the next section, we'll explore how to navigate social obligations and relationships that no longer bring joy. Discover how setting boundaries can pave the way for meaningful and fulfilling interactions. 3. Breaking free from society's beauty standards. For decades, society and media have placed immense pressure on individuals to conform to narrow definitions of beauty. From airbrushed images on magazine covers to advertisements promoting anti-aging products, the message is clear. Youth equals beauty, and aging is something to be hidden or fought against. This relentless pursuit of a flawless appearance can leave people feeling inadequate as they grow older, reinforcing a false belief that wrinkles, gray hair, or other signs of aging diminish their worth. But as you move past 70, it's time to challenge these outdated ideals and embrace the natural beauty that comes with age. The first step in breaking free from these pressures is understanding where they come from. Beauty standards are not universal truths. They are societal constructs influenced by trends, marketing, and cultural norms. They are designed to sell products, not to celebrate individuality or authenticity. Recognizing this can help you detach from the unrealistic expectations imposed by external sources. It allows you to see aging not as a flaw to be corrected, but as a badge of honor, an outward sign of a life well lived. Consider the beauty of gray hair shimmering under the sunlight, or the wisdom etched into the lines of a smile. These are not imperfections. They are reflections of experience, resilience, and personal growth. Every wrinkle tells a story. Every silver strand a chapter in a rich, meaningful journey. Shifting your focus from external perfection to internal strength can transform how you perceive yourself and others. Authenticity, confidence, and kindness radiate a kind of beauty that transcends age. Take Martha, for instance. At 75, she stopped dyeing her hair and embraced her natural silver strands. Initially, she feared judgment from friends and family, but the response was overwhelmingly positive. Even more important, Martha felt a newfound confidence in her appearance. She began to see her gray hair, not as a sign of aging, but as a statement of pride and acceptance. Her story illustrates how embracing one's natural beauty can lead to self-empowerment and inspire others to do the same. True beauty lies not in chasing unattainable ideals, but in celebrating who you are. This means focusing on qualities like self-assurance, compassion, and the ability to connect meaningfully with others. These attributes create a deeper, more enduring impression than any physical feature. By embracing your authentic self, you set an example for younger generations, showing them that aging is a privilege, not a burden. Reframing your perspective on beauty is not about giving up on appearance entirely, but about shifting your priorities. Take care of your body and skin because it makes you feel good, not because you're trying to meet someone else's standards. Wear what makes you feel comfortable and confident. Smile freely, laugh loudly, and let your personality shine through. These are the things that make you truly beautiful at any age. As society begins to recognize the power and dignity of aging, your voice and example can help accelerate this shift. By rejecting the pressure to conform and embracing your natural self, you liberate not just yourself, but others who are watching and learning from your journey. While outward appearances may fade, the activities and passions that bring joy are timeless. In the next section, we'll explore how to let go of routines and hobbies that no longer fulfill you, making space for new experiences that align with who you are today. Let's dive into the joys of discovering what truly lights up your soul. 4. Releasing social obligations that no longer bring joy. Throughout life, many of us become accustomed to fulfilling social commitments, whether attending events, maintaining certain friendships, or participating in group activities. These obligations often stem from a sense of duty or the desire to meet expectations, yet they can gradually lose their meaning as we age. By the time we reach 70, it becomes evident that continuing to uphold such commitments may detract from the quality of our lives. Social obligations, while initially fulfilling, can turn into burdens. Attending gatherings out of habit or maintaining relationships that no longer feel reciprocal can drain emotional and physical energy. For instance, Family reunions, weekly clubs, or long-standing friendships might start feeling more like chores than sources of joy. This realization is not about rejecting relationships altogether, but acknowledging that certain connection. Carrying the weight of unnecessary social commitments often leads to stress and a loss of personal time. These obligations can create a cycle where time is spent appeasing others at the expense of personal fulfillment. Over time, the pressure to conform to these expectations can hinder self-growth and limit opportunities to explore new passions or nurture meaningful connections. Recognizing this is the first step toward recla. Setting boundaries is a crucial part of letting go of these obligations. This doesn't mean cutting people off or refusing every invitation. Instead, it's about approaching commitments thoughtfully and deciding what truly resonates with you. Politely declining an invitation can be empowering and liberating. A kind yet firm response such as, "Thank you for inviting me, but I'm prioritizing my personal time," communicates respect for others while honoring. Susan's experience illustrates this perfectly. After years of attending a neighborhood potluck that had become stale and uninspiring, she decided to bow out. Instead of spending her evening making small talk, she chose to dedicate that time to gardening, a passion she had put aside. Not only did this decision reignite her sense of purpose, but it also deepened her appreciation for the simpler joys in life. Susan found herself happier, more relaxed, and with renewed energy to engage in the connections that truly mattered to her. Releasing unnecessary social obligations opens up space for more intentional living. It allows you to focus on activities and relationships that bring true joy and fulfillment. Whether it's spending time with a small circle of close friends, pursuing hobbies that inspire you, or savoring moments of quiet reflection, each choice contributes to a more balanced and satisfying life. This shift isn't about isolating yourself, but about curating a life that aligns with your current values and aspirations. By embracing the freedom to say no, you give yourself permission to create a schedule that reflects who you are and what you care about. The result is a life lived with greater authenticity and purpose, where time is spent meaningfully rather than out of obligation. Once you've shed the weight of unnecessary social obligations, another source of pressure comes into focus: societal beauty standards. In the next section, we'll explore how embracing your natural self can help you find freedom and confidence beyond external expectations. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment number 1 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. 5. Letting go of activities that no longer fulfill you. Life is a journey of change, and as you grow older, the activities that once brought you joy may no longer resonate in the same way. Perhaps you used to find excitement in competitive sports, but now the physical demands feel more burdensome than rewarding. Or maybe a hobby like collecting antiques, which once fueled your passion, now feels like an obligation. Recognizing when it's time to let go of these activities is not about giving up. It's about creating space for new joys and pursuits that align with the person you are. One of the reasons activities lose their appeal is that our priorities and circumstances evolve over time. What may have felt exhilarating in your 30s or 40s might now feel draining or irrelevant. Clinging to old routines out of habit or nostalgia can limit your potential for growth. Instead of holding on to activities that no longer serve you, consider this an opportunity to explore something new. Letting go is not a loss but a step toward red. Take George, for example, a retired teacher who used to play tennis avidly. In his 70s, he found that the sport was taking a toll on his body. Initially, he struggled with the idea of giving it up. It had been such a defining part of his life. But when George shifted his focus to writing his memoirs, he found a new sense of purpose. The process of documenting his life story not only gave him immense satisfaction, but also allowed him to share his wisdom with his family. By letting go of tennis, George opened the door to a fulfilling new chapter. Exploring new interests doesn't mean abandoning everything from the past. It's about re-evaluating what still brings you happiness and making room for fresh experiences. Maybe you've always wanted to try painting but never had the time. Or perhaps gardening, volunteering, or learning a musical instrument sparks your curiosity. These pursuits can reignite your sense of wonder and provide a sense of accomplishment, no matter your age. The key is to remain open. The benefits of embracing new activities extend far beyond personal enjoyment. Trying something different can stimulate your mind, foster creativity, and even improve your overall well-being. It also gives you a chance to connect with others who share similar interests, building meaningful relationships along the way. Whether it's joining a local art class or attending a community garden group, these interactions can enrich your life in unexpected ways. Letting go of outdated routines is not about erasing the past, but about honoring it while making space for the future. Think of it as a form of self-care, an act of prioritizing what truly matters in your life right now. By doing so, you not only discover new passions, but also create a life that feels aligned with your current values and desires. While reevaluating your activities is essential, it's equally important to reflect on the relationships in your life. In the next section, we'll discuss how to identify and release toxic relationships that drain your energy, paving the way for healthier, more fulfilling connections. Let's explore the art of building relationships that uplift and inspire. 6. Letting go of toxic relationships. Relationships are the cornerstone of our emotional well-being, but not all connections are created equal. Some relationships uplift and inspire us, while others drain our energy and weigh heavily on our spirits. As you grow older, the importance of surrounding yourself with positivity and genuine support becomes increasingly clear. Toxic relationships, those marked by constant criticism, unnecessary pressure, or a lack of respect, can take a toll on your mental and emotional health. Letting go of these negative influences is not just an act of self-preservation. It's a gift to yourself that fosters peace and happiness. Recognizing a toxic relationship often starts with paying attention to how you feel during and after interactions. Do you leave conversations feeling belittled or emotionally exhausted? Do certain individuals seem to bring negativity into your life, consistently overshadowing moments of joy? Toxic relationships often involve patterns of manipulation, judgment, or one-sided effort. These dynamics can erode your confidence, fuel anxiety, and leave you questioning your self-worth. Identifying these red flags is the first step toward reclaiming your emotional freedom. Once you've acknowledged a toxic connection, the next step is setting boundaries. This doesn't always mean cutting ties immediately. Instead, it involves creating space that protects your energy and well-being. Boundaries can be as simple as limiting contact, being honest about your feelings, or declining invitations that make you uncomfortable. While establishing these limits might feel challenging, it's an essential act of self-care. By prioritizing your mental health, you send a powerful message to yourself and others that your happiness matters. Consider Sarah's story. For years, she maintained a friendship with someone who consistently criticized her choices and dismissed her feelings. Over time, this relationship left Sarah feeling drained and unappreciated. When she finally decided to step back and focus on relationships that brought her joy, Sarah discovered an unexpected sense of relief. She began spending more time with people who valued her for who she was, and her confidence grew. Letting go of the toxic friendship created space for healthier, more meaningful connections. The benefits of releasing toxic relationships extend beyond emotional relief. Without the weight of negativity, you'll find more room to nurture relationships that uplift and energize you. Positive connections inspire growth, encourage vulnerability, and provide the support we all need to thrive. Surrounding yourself with people who celebrate your successes and stand by you during challenges creates a network of trust and encouragement. These relationships not only enhance your quality of life, but also remind you of your inherent worth. Letting go doesn't mean holding grudges or harboring resentment. It's about choosing peace over conflict and prioritizing your happiness over pleasing others. Forgiveness, whether extended to the other person or yourself, can be a powerful tool for closure. By releasing anger or guilt, you free yourself from the emotional weight of the past and open the door to a brighter, more fulfilling future. Reflecting on your relationships also provides an opportunity to redefine what connection means to you. As you move forward, focus on cultivating bonds that align with your values and bring out the best in you. Be intentional about spending time with those who appreciate your presence and make you feel seen and understood. Remember, the quality of your relationships is far more important than the quantity. Letting go of toxic relationships may feel daunting, but the rewards are undeniable. It's a step toward creating a life filled with positivity, mutual respect, and genuine connection. By surrounding yourself with people who nurture your spirit, you set the stage for a healthier and happier chapter ahead. With toxic relationships behind you, it's natural to feel more at peace with yourself. This newfound clarity can help reduce the tendency to compare your journey to others. In the next section, we'll explore how letting go of comparisons can lead to greater self-confidence and contentment. Stay tuned as we uncover the joy of embracing your unique path. 7. Letting go of comparing yourself to others. Comparison is often called the thief of joy, and for good reason. When you measure your worth against someone else's accomplishments, possessions, or lifestyle, you lose sight of the unique beauty of your own journey. Whether it's a neighbor with a seemingly perfect family, a friend with financial success, or even someone's appearance on social media, comparisons create a cycle of dissatisfaction. By the time you reach 70, it becomes clear that everyone's path is different, and the only person worth comparing yourself to is the person you were yesterday. Each individual's journey is shaped by a unique combination of experiences, choices, and values. What brings one person happiness may not align with your definition of fulfillment, and that's perfectly okay. By focusing on someone else's life, you risk neglecting your own strengths and achievements. This mindset shift begins by recognizing that your worth is not determined by external metrics, but by the richness of your experiences and the values you uphold. Take David, for example. For years, he felt envious of his brother's success in business, believing he had failed by comparison. However, when David reflected on his own life, he realized he had something just as valuable: a close-knit family and a rewarding career as a teacher that impacted countless lives. By focusing on what truly mattered to him, David let go of the need to compete and instead embraced gratitude for his own unique path. Letting go of comparisons doesn't just bring emotional relief, it fosters self-confidence and contentment. You begin to appreciate your accomplishments without the need for validation from others. This newfound perspective allows you to celebrate others' successes without feeling inadequate. It also frees you from the constant pressure to keep up with societal expectations, replacing it with a sense of inner peace. When you stop comparing, you open the door to a more authentic and joyful life. You start to focus on your personal growth, setting goals that reflect your current values and aspirations. This shift is not only liberating, but also deeply empowering, as it allows you to live in alignment with what truly matters to you. By releasing the habit of comparison, you create space to redefine your goals in a way that aligns with your present self. In the next section, we'll discuss how to let go of outdated ambitions and replace them with pursuits that bring genuine meaning and satisfaction. Let's explore how to align your goals with the person you've become. 8. Letting go of outdated goals. As we journey through life, our goals are often shaped by the dreams and expectations we held in our younger years. Ambitious career paths, financial milestones, or personal achievements may have once seemed like the ultimate measure of success. Yet as time passes and we grow into new versions of ourselves, some of these goals no longer reflect who we are or what we truly value. At 70, it's time to reevaluate these ambitions and let go of those that no longer serve a meal. Holding on to outdated goals can create unnecessary pressure and rob you of the joy that comes from living in the present. These aspirations might have aligned with who you were decades ago, but clinging to them can feel like wearing shoes that no longer fit. Instead of providing direction, they may leave you feeling disconnected or unfulfilled. Recognizing this disconnect is the first step toward embracing a new phase of life that prioritizes your current desires and values. Shifting your focus to new, meaningful goals is both empowering and liberating. Consider John, a former executive who spent his career climbing the corporate ladder. In his 60s, John realized that pursuing further promotions no longer brought him joy. After reflecting on his passions, he decided to dedicate his time to writing a book a dream he had set aside for decades. This shift allowed him to rediscover his creative side and share his knowledge with Core. When setting new goals, it's important to start with introspection. Ask yourself, what truly makes me happy now? What legacy do I want to leave behind? For some, this might mean focusing on family, volunteering, or pursuing hobbies that had been put on hold. For others, it could involve exploring new interests, such as learning a musical instrument or traveling to places you've always dreamed of visiting. The key is to align your aspirations with your current stage of life, creating goals that feel authentic and achievable. Letting go of outdated ambitions is not about giving up. It's about making room for goals that resonate with your present self. This process brings a sense of clarity and fulfillment, helping you live with intention and purpose. It also allows you to enjoy the journey without being weighed down by expectations that no longer reflect your priorities. As you redefine your goals, remember that they don't need to be grand or life-changing. Small personal objectives can be just as meaningful. Whether it's spending more time with loved ones, starting a daily meditation practice, or cultivating a garden, these pursuits add richness and joy to your life. The beauty of this stage is that your goals are entirely your own, free from external pressures or societal benchmarks. Letting go of outdated ambitions opens the door to a life that is deeply aligned with your values and passions. By focusing on what truly matters, you create a sense of purpose and fulfillment that enriches not only your life, but also the lives of those around you. Finally, prioritizing personal happiness is not only necessary, but also a way to spread joy to those around you. In the next section, we'll explore how embracing your own happiness can transform your well-being and inspire others. Let's dive into the importance of putting yourself first. 9. Overcoming the guilt of prioritizing personal happiness. For many, the idea of putting personal happiness first feels uncomfortable, almost selfish. Decades of caring for others, meeting work obligations, or living up to societal expectations often teach us to place our needs last. As a result, prioritizing ourselves can trigger feelings of guilt, as though we're neglecting our responsibilities or letting others down. However, as you move through life, it becomes increasingly clear that prioritizing your own happiness is not an act of selfishness, it is a vital state. The guilt associated with focusing on oneself often stems from deeply ingrained beliefs. From an early age, many of us are conditioned to value selflessness above all else. This mindset, while noble, can become harmful when it prevents us from addressing our own needs. Over time, neglecting personal happiness can lead to burnout, resentment, and a diminished capacity to truly show up for others. The truth is, you cannot pour from an empty cup. Taking time for yourself is not indulgent, it's essential. Caring for yourself not only benefits you, but also enhances your ability to care for those around you. Take Linda, for example, a grandmother who spent years dedicating every waking moment to her family. While she loved being there for her children and grandchildren, Linda eventually realized she was feeling drained and unfulfilled. After much reflection, she decided to dedicate a few hours each week to painting, a hobby she had loved in her youth. This small act of self-prioritization transformed her outlook. By taking time to recharge, Linda found herself more energized, patient, and present for her loved ones. Prioritizing personal happiness also sets a powerful example for others. It shows that it's okay to value your own well-being, and that happiness is not something to be sacrificed for the sake of appearances or expectations. By embracing your needs, you inspire others to do the same, creating a ripple effect of positivity and self-compassion. This is especially important as you age, because it reminds those around you, family, friends, and even younger generations, that life is meant to be enjoyed, not endured. Bookmark. To begin prioritizing yourself, start by identifying what brings you joy. It could be as simple as reading a good book, spending time in nature, or reconnecting with an old hobby. Then, make a conscious effort to integrate these activities into your routine. Remember, self-care isn't about grand gestures. It's about consistently choosing actions that nourish your mind, body, and spirit. As you do this, you'll likely notice an improvement in your overall well-being, from reduced stress to increased happiness. Letting go of the guilt associated with prioritizing your happiness is one of the most empowering steps you can take. It allows you to live authentically and with intention, creating a life that feels rich and rewarding. The more you invest in your own joy, the more you have to offer to the people and experiences that matter most. Let's take a moment to reflect on the journey we've explored. Together, we've uncovered the power of letting go and prioritizing what truly matters. In the conclusion, we'll revisit the key insights and discover how these lessons can shape a lighter, more meaningful life. Stay with us as we bring this exploration to a close. Conclusion: the journey of letting go for a fuller life. As we look back on the path we've explored together, one thing becomes abundantly clear. Letting go is not about losing. It's about gaining. It's about freeing yourself from unnecessary burdens to make room for the joys and experiences that truly matter. The process of letting go empowers you to live with intention, authenticity, and purpose, making every moment more meaningful and fulfilling. We began this journey by addressing the weight of others' opinions and the liberation that comes with living life on your own terms. From there, we moved to the physical clutter in our lives, the possessions that once seemed essential, but now serve only to distract us from what's truly valuable. By releasing these attachments, we create space not just in our homes, but in our minds and hearts. Next, we explored the need to step away from social obligations that no longer bring joy, allowing us to focus on relationships and activities that uplift and inspire us. We confronted the unrealistic beauty standards imposed by society, embracing the grace and dignity of aging instead. This acceptance of our natural selves not only liberates us, but also radiates confidence and self-love. From there, we delved into outdated routines and hobbies, recognizing the power of discovering new passions that align with who we are today. We tackled toxic relationships, learning to set boundaries and invest in connections that nurture our emotional well-being. We also addressed the habit of comparing ourselves to others, shifting our focus to celebrating our unique journeys. Finally, we let go of outdated goals, replacing them with aspirations that reflect our current values and priorities. These 9 steps, letting go of opinions, material possessions, meaningless obligations, beauty standards, unfulfilling activities, toxic relationships, comparisons, outdated goals, and the guilt of prioritizing personal happiness, form the foundation of a lighter, freer, and more intentional life. Each step requires reflection, courage, and a willingness to embrace change. But with each burden you release, you'll feel a renewed sense of peace and purpose. Letting go doesn't happen overnight, nor does it need to be a monumental transformation. Start small. Take a moment today to evaluate one area of your life. Ask yourself, what no longer serves me? What can I release to create more space for joy? These small but meaningful shifts accumulate over time, leading to a profound transformation in how you experience life. Remember, letting go is not about erasing the past but about honoring it while making room for the future. It's about choosing to live with intention, savoring each moment, and prioritizing what truly matters. As you move forward, let this journey serve as a reminder that life after 70 is not a winding down, but a flourishing. A time to live fully, embrace freedom, and cherish the beauty of simplicity. The time to start is now. Begin your journey of letting go today and discover how freeing yourself from the unnecessary opens the door to a life of deeper meaning and greater joy. Each step you take brings you closer to a lighter, more fulfilling existence, one filled with love, connection, and boundless possibility. The best is yet to come. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and share it with someone who might benefit from this topic. Have any thoughts or personal experiences to share? Drop them in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. And if you haven't already, click the subscribe button and ring the notification bell to join our community for more empowering content. Thank you for watching, and until next time, embrace the journey with confidence.